Caleb, I'm not going to be watching your videos anymore, and I'm kind of pissed off, and I already unsubscribed, and I'm just going to take 2 seconds to tell you why. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. We got updates on freaking everything. Let's just dive right into it right now. Let's go. All right, boys, first on the docket today, we got a ton of progress on Alex's car. We'll start up front here. Got his power boost, or hydro boost, and master cylinder all in. And also, guys, we'll be doing, for you Coyote Swap guys, we'll be doing a segment showing you Alex is doing it a little different than the Volvo power steering pump. This is a Chrysler electric power steering pump. As you can see, before the car was painted, he had the bracket made and welded on there and just bolted this on. So we'll have more on that as progress continues. But let's move on here. Got his mirrors, run channels, and of course the LMR door handles. You guys know I love them on mine, and he just got them in. They're not adjusted or anything, but they look sick in black. Moving on, quarter windows are in. We got the dash in yesterday, so it's all in. That was a job. And then of course had to cut out the tunnel, because this was originally a manual car, and it's going to be a 6R80 auto. So got the tunnel swapped over to properly mount up the automatic shifter. Whew. Got the glass back in the doors. Tons of work. He's kind of doing the same thing I'm in process of doing with Frostbite, which is all the tedious stuff you don't want to do. Oh, I forgot. He got his Coyote pedal in and Maximum Motorsport Hydro Boost conversion pedal in. All the little stuff that takes forever. But this car is going to be amazing. So keep it tuned right here, guys. We'll have ongoing updates on Alex's build as well.
Boys, this is it. Friday, 6/14. This drawing is over for the LMR SVE wheel and Nitto tire giveaway. Got to jump on the website right now. Grab a hoodie, grab a hat, grab a t-shirt, keychain, key tag, even a flag to pimp out your garage. Anything on there, every $5 spent gets you one entry. Don't miss out on this. Just grab something on the website and you're in.
All right, guys, so Frostbite update. So I brought the car. It was not supposed to rain today. Let me just say that on the front end. We pushed the car out of the shop because I wanted to get some sun on the new run channels, which it got a little bit on there. And then, as you can clearly see, it freaking rained. So I can't win for losing. Guys, should have, my tires should be here any day. I'll get those mounted and balanced up. We'll get the chrome LMR SVE 17-inch ponies on. But another update. Got the brand new windshield installed. My God. I'm telling y'all, if I showed you the list that it takes to build cars like this from nothing, you'd probably poop your pants. But big order incoming from LMR to wrap up the interior. And speaking of interior, I've got to show you how good the console came out. All right, boys, so I was showing you in a couple videos back finishing the console. Got the final coat of the dye from LMR in here, and you can see, like, it came out absolutely flawless. The match is perfect. Then I went back and masked everything off, did the black here. Oh, I got a little right there. That'll be all right. You won't see it. But anyway, yeah, got the console is done, and I've got a cup holder console coming from LMR, and we can get the console in it. Super stoked about that. I've got a bunch of other parts I'm dyeing because a lot of the interior parts that were in the car, especially the rear quarter trims, were just, they were faded and they just looked bad. So I'm using the crap out of this smoke gray dye just like I did on the console, and the interior is going to look minty fresh. Caleb, I'm not gonna be watching your videos anymore, and I'm kind of pissed off, and I already unsubscribed, and I'm just gonna take 2 seconds to tell you why. I have 2 kids and a wife and work 50 plus hours a week, and I don't understand how you guys can all afford these cars and all the expensive parts that you put on them. I can barely afford to put tires on my stock pony wheels. So, with that being said, maybe it would be helpful if you did videos that would help people that don't have any money to be able to do this and build their cars and enjoy their cars the same way you guys do. It's really nothing personal, and I think you're a cool guy, but you apparently don't understand what it's like in the real world. All right. I appreciate that email. And at first I was like, what is this dude's problem? But I thought about it a little bit. And dude's not mad. He's frustrated. And he's not frustrated with me. He's just frustrated in general. And I get that. So, before I go any farther, let's clear up just a few points here. Number one, I most certainly and 100% understand what it's like to be frustrated, to not have any money, to not be able to do the things that you want to do and see other people doing that. Story of my life, really. So, that in and of itself is not true and shows an assumption about me that's just not based in fact. Guys, I've saved up money for Weldon Flowmasters. I've saved up money for underdrive pulleys. I've drove on used tires I bought at the flea market. I 100% have lived this and breathed this forever. So that's just not true. Number two. We do budget builds. We've done like the crotch notch and like Brutal's done the poop coupe. Neo's done budget Windsor builds, stuff like that. We drug an LTD out. I don't know if you guys remember Lieutenant Dan drug it literally out of the woods and put a war ass out old 302 in it with some used parts and got it running and driving. So yeah, we do show that stuff, and we put a lot of effort into showing the whole spectrum from shitbox budget in a woods with used parts to Whipple supercharged Coyote swap Fox bodies. Okay, look, I understand it. I get it. We try to do the best we can. But here is the reality and the truth of all of this. I don't think anybody should be stressing about cars. Aren't worth necessarily stressing about. Yes, we do stress about it, but in the grand scheme of things, your priorities have to be in line first. The hobby stuff should be secondary, okay? I want you guys to make sure your family's on point, your home's on point, career, finances, all of that's on point. And then at that point, go stress about a car, because you've handled all your first world problems essentially. But to essentially have nothing, and not like be able to afford basics like, putting tires on your car and stressing about being able to modify your car. Let's come back to reality just for a minute. This is a hobby. Modifying cars and building cars, that's something fun that you do in your spare time with your expendable income. Okay? And I know we miss that sometimes, and I know, and I'll speak for myself too, we're not always the most miserly when it comes to buying stuff for our cars. Yeah, we piss money away that we probably could save or invest or something. Yeah, we do that. I do that. We all do that. But if you're at a certain level where you're not able to afford the basics, the last thing I want you to be doing is stressing yourself out and worrying about building a cool car. One thing I will say, and I do it, most of the guys I know do this. Take your skills and put them to work outside of your normal job, regardless of what they are, and make extra money. You know, I know so many guys that their side hustles or their side work funds their hobby. A lot of guys. And, you know, that's smart, man. That's like, and a lot of these guys that had side hustles just to fund their hobbies ended up turning those into a business. So, you know, and just like so many people I know, myself included, we buy used parts sometimes. We buy shitbox cars that aren't all that great, you know, to begin with, and do a lot of the work yourself. There's so many ways that you can save money and do side hustles to make money to fund your hobby. But all the way back to that email, for the love of God, boys, we live and breathe cars, we do, but at the end of the day, what really matters is your finances, your family, you know, your career, your ability to earn and provide for, you know, your kids, your wife, all of that stuff. So, to the individual, maybe you're watching, I don't know, you said you unsubscribed. I understand being that place in your life. I've sold so many cars because of kid expenses and life expenses, and I've read magazines and seen amazing builds in them, seen videos with amazing builds that I couldn't do, that I simply did not have the money to do. But, you know, if you work and you hustle and you figure things out and do the work yourself, buy used parts, all of these other things, you can. And you'd be surprised how many super nice cars are out there that have been built and done in that specific manner. There's a very, very, very small minority of people that just write blank checks for cars, for builds, so on and so forth. And so don't get frustrated. Get motivated. Get after it. Figure out a way. But first and foremost, make sure your priorities in line first. Family, finances, your fitness, your health, those stuff matter too. So, guys, I hope this helped. If it did, big thumbs up. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. We'll catch you on the next one.